Hello and welcome or welcome back to Actually Let's Talk About It with me, your host Lily, and today I'm going to react to the remaining 4 ATEEZ music videos to catch up completely with every ATEEZ music video currently out. Okay? So we're going to get straight into it. So in today's video, I will be reacting to ATEEZ Guerilla, ATEEZ, their Paradigm, the performance video, and then the Halazia. Okay, I think that's Halazia or Halazia. Either way, I'm gonna react to that video as well, and then of course I'm gonna end it with Bouncy, their most recent music video. Why? Because that is the music video that got me into ATEEZ in the first place, and also you can never see that music video too many times. Okay, so for the first 3, for Guerilla and Paradigm and Halazia or Halazia, this is the first time that I'm seeing these videos, but for Bouncy, you already know. That reaction is already up. I've already seen it, but I'm going to see it with new eyes because I'm still reacting to their EP, so I'm on technically the Zero Fever Epilogue EP still. I have not listened to the Outlaw Episode 1 Movement or the World Episode 1 Movement EP yet, or the World Episode 2 Outlaw EP yet, so there's that. But I do want to look at the videos here just to see if there's any clues in them, because I'm gonna be trying to analyze these as I'm watching them. But yeah, y'all, we're gonna get straight into this reaction. Just before we do the reaction, we're gonna give our lovely patrons on Patreon their shout out here. So the first patron shout out does go out to Keisha L. The second patron shout out does go out to Renaya Shannon. And the third and final patron shout out does go out to Moons Yule. I want to thank you all so much for being supporters on the Patreon. And again, your support is so very much appreciated. And also, if you're watching this video on YouTube and you are a subscriber, I want to thank you so much for watching. And then if you're watching this video on YouTube and you have yet to subscribe, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you would like to. But yeah, y'all, without further ado, we are going to get into these ATEEZ music videos and see what hints about the storyline they're going to give us. And I do know that Guerilla is in the World Movement EP. So I'm peeping that game. Oh, well, this is cool. Oh, what? Okay, they was pretending to be wrong. Okay. Okay, so it's very obvious we are in the Halateez storyline here. Okay, like, let's go back a little. Okay, like when he said, when you know was saying disappearing emotion, well, it's giving that 1984 government. Okay, what else did he say? Yo son, okay, expression is losing the light. Oh god dang. Ooh. Okay, now someone saying laughter is controlled. You can't even laugh anymore. I don't like this world. I'm like, I don't like it. It's giving very much 1984. Like, everything is being controlled by the government in the world that Halateez is in. I didn't realize like how bad that's going to look until they just describe it in here. I'm like, oh. And then San out here saying only numbness is left. Shoot. They're not even trying to make people. They're literally trying to make robots here. Because I'm like, if you don't want us to have emotions, you don't want us to laugh, you don't want us to express nothing, you want a robot, you want AI. You don't want a person? Y'all just want AI at this point. Just say that. Y'all, this world that they in. Poor Halateez, no wonder they just trying to get away, trying to get rid of all this craziness with their government. Because yeah, it's definitely gonna need a new world because they government playing. Come on. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. What? Hold on, let me go back, because what was that? You better sing that. Okay, song with the vocals. Don't play with us. Okay. Wait, they chasing me with weapons? Wait, were they referencing when he said like your ears are covered, your eyes are covered, your mouth is covered, pretty much alluding to that, like see no, hear no, speak no evil. That line, no. But also not Halateez out here in a whole dystopian, maniacal government controlled society. And they're literally like the guerrillas. Like, I get why it's called guerrilla, like guerrillas in war are like some of the most lethal people in war. Like, they are coming to destabilize governments. They are coming to get rid of everything that is wrong and make it right in most cases. Like, they are the top people that are sent, and they're gonna get the job done. So the fact that it's called Guerrilla and it's about Halateez, y'all, Halateez gonna get the job done, okay? They gonna get the job done. They are going to overthrow the government. I'm like, okay, and give us looks, vocals, and raps while doing so. I love to see it, because not them impersonating the government agents, and then it's literally, I'm like, come on now, Young. Come on now. Just so proud of them. Okay, blasting it over the airways, making sure everybody know it's time to wake up. The government is corrupt, and we're gonna fix it. I heard that. Oh wow. And then making sure people know, spreading the word. Come on down. I love this. I love this. Okay. Prestige Academy. Who is the kid? Like, is the kid a friend or a foe? Because after I saw unrelated, but kind of related actually, but after I saw Game of Thrones, is the kid a friend or a foe? Because I'm like, I'm not assuming just because it's a kid that they can't be a foe. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Because there's a show called Game of Thrones. I do not recommend it. Okay, I do not recommend it. I watched it so y'all didn't have to. Okay, but there's a season where this man hires children, and he literally, like, they're just children off of the street that, and he hires them. He basically hires them and pays them in candy to assassinate people. Okay, so that's why I said when I saw the child, is the child a friend or a foe? From Prestige Academy, is this child a friend or a foe? Because I'm like, I'm never underestimating children. After I saw that, I'm like, oh, was not expecting that. Again, I do not recommend that show, y'all. I do not recommend that show. I watched it again, so you didn't have to. But that's what I thought. But not them in a secret hideout bunker place with surveillance, and then the kid is sneaking in. Is it the kid a trap? Is the kid friendly and wants to come to them to aid them in some type of way? Or is he like just needing shelter because he escaped? I don't know. But Guerilla, goddamn, ATEEZ, it keeps going up and up and up. That production, come on now. Okay. And now we're on Paradigm. Oh, the performance version. I love any time a performance is done. Let's go. Okay, I see you making the fit. Ooh, that was given. That was eaten. They had a lot to say and they said it. Okay? When he said open up the eye of the storm, knowing that the eye of the storm is the most lethal part of a storm, I'm like, oh, you know, sir, okay? And I'm not saying the same, I'm saying as in YOU space KNOW. Yes, because that was a bar. Whoever wrote that, kudos. Okay, and when he said even devils call me up, I don't cheat, I'm like, Songwa. Again, whoever wrote that, bars. Okay, the world era? I'm like, I think it might be my favorite era. Because, based off of Guerilla, and then Paradigm, this might be my favorite era. I thought Zero Fever, but I like the tone of this because it's giving very much anti-government. I really like that. I really do, because it's reflective of the times that we're in, where the people are calling for more accountability from their government leaders and not really putting up with the BS of our leaders. Even in the States, we sick of these leaders. I'm sick of y'all. Democrats, Republican, even though I identify as a Democrat, I'm sick of y'all. Like the only time, and unfortunately in my country, that our leaders can agree about something is when it involves war and unnecessary bloodshed. All of a sudden, Republicans and Democrats can, oh my gosh, in the House and the Senate, unanimously vote to do more war, to spend more money on more war. I'm like, really? Unanimously? But let it come to issues like education, ending homelessness, child poverty, and they can't agree. We gotta recess. We gotta try. We can't agree on anything. But you can agree on war. You can agree to increase the debt ceiling where your paycheck might be affected, though. Unanimously. But you can't agree on issues that actually matter. Here, I'm like, y'all, so I'm feeling the anti-government sentiment here, because I'm like, we've been feeling it for a while. And I'm like, because it needs to change. I mean, there shouldn't be how much money we spend on the military, even if we cut it in half and diverted those resources, because we're spending all this money to, get into wars with other countries. And I'm just using my country as an example because I live in the States. I know how we work and how the government works. Studied it. So I'm like, we can spend all this money to do wars in the Middle East, wars in other countries, that they don't even let people know that they're doing until you just randomly find it out when you do research. And you can't even have that. Half the budget. Even if you have the budget, it will still be hundreds of billions of dollars that my country spends on military. Even if the budget was to be sliced in half. Right now it's in the trillions. If we were to slice it in half, it would be in the hundreds of billions. And we can't divert that to helping our veterans because unfortunately we have homeless veterans in the United States. We have veterans who can't afford health care. We have veterans who can't afford a house after they spent decades dedicating their life to the safety of America. Like, it's sick. And I'm like, and nobody on either side, whether it be Democrats or Republicans, is doing anything to help. And then our homelessness situation, where you have to work multiple jobs just to afford rent, or you have to roommate with like 10 people to afford rent in certain states. And I'm like, and again, radio silence on both sides, or the default answer, we can't come to a conclusion. And I'm like, yeah, this is getting into places. I'm like, this is getting into places. So I'm like, it just kind of, it mirrors real world situations. And then this is just in the States, but what's going on in Latin America as well. What's going on in Canada as well with the accountability for better government. What's going on in African nations, what's going on in Middle Eastern nations or West Asian nations, what's going on in Central Asian, Southeast Asian nations right now. Just the calls for better government and better prospects and opportunities and better laws and better procedures and like, you know, just better everything so that it can better the life of the people who live in your country that you're supposed to care about, you know? So I'm like, ATEEZ is really hitting the nail on the head with this era, with the world era, because it literally does reflect the issues of the world. And we gotta, you know, we gotta remember that. I like that. Maybe I dwelled on too long, but y'all, forgive me. Okay, and then the next one is Halazia. Ooh, okay. I've heard about this song. Oh, before Christmas? No, after Christmas. But like around that time, oh, it's Halateez, like a scarecrow version of them. Ooh, it's a cult. I love that. Halazia, okay. Dang, your song. What? Did he like just get anointed? Like what? Because like that big old ball. I was about to say that big ass ball. I should have just said that. I'm grown. Yeah, like it fell on San's character and like dissolved into nothing. What? Who are these people? Like what? Why are they stepping away? Okay. So is this basically how Halateez is born? Is the world era still the prequel? Are we still in the prequel to the treasure era? Are we going backwards? Oh, like I don't. No, we have to be in the present. No. Okay, at least this portion. I'm wondering if at least if the world, episode 1, the movement, if it's still in the prequel, like the Zero Fever era, because that would make sense. Like, is this how Halateez becomes Halateez through the events of Halazia? That would make sense. But now I got more questions than answers. Because I'm not sure yet. Because they burned the scarecrow that would represent what Halateez's normal getup is like. So are they no longer going to be in that getup anymore? Is that them saying that they've elevated to another plateau to where it's even going beyond that? See, now I got so many questions. I'm definitely going to have to look at these albums because I know that the answers lie there in the EPs. But yeah, I loved Halazia though. That, it's pretty. That was very pretty. Oh, now we're on Bouncy. I still stand by my initial analysis of Bouncy. I still stand by it, but now that I have everything that I know now, I'm going to look at it again. Oh. I love this. And chili peppers. Okay, wait, I need to hear a little bit of it. Let me see, go back. Okay. sir. And again I say, sir. Now, I want to think this is a diss track. I want to. I really want to. But, like, it doesn't feel like this song specifically has much to do with the storyline. Not this one. The B-sides? Most definitely. On the World, Episode 2 Outlaw. Definitely. But the only thing that this has to do with the storyline is the music video. Bouncy doesn't seem like it has much to do with the storyline at all. This has to do with them as ATEEZ. And I'm like, okay, I like that. Because I'm like, but it also does seem like it's a bit of a diss track because they're like, this is our sound. And then I'm like, okay, Like, they just let you know that this is our sound. We didn't copy nobody else. Everybody is copying us. Okay, because I've heard about that. I'm like, people trying to say that ATEEZ is copying y'all. I'm like, coming from the same companies that all y'all do is culture appropriate and never apologize. That's really interesting. I'm like, but I'm gonna leave it there. But I'm like, that's real bold of y'all to say. Like, okay. I'm like, I'm gonna leave it there. Like, your company don't just be copying what everybody else is doing. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just leave it there. But like, when people try to accuse ATEEZ of plagiarizing, I'm like, now run that back with actual logic, because it seems like that's what's missing in this argument. And facts. Logic and facts, it seems to be missing. Because I'm like, I've never seen any instance where ATEEZ is copying any of the current K-pop groups, like, in any capacity. I've seen where y'all be copying them. I will say no names. But with all due disrespect, remember yourself. I'm like, that's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, like, this just seems like it's kind of like a diss track in that regard. And then it also just seems like it's a fun song with innuendos, because I'm catching a lot of them. Starting off with the title, Bouncy, K-Hot Chili Peppers. And then the chili pepper vibe. It's kind of on the nose here. It's not tongue-in-cheek, really. I'm like, could be, but it's more on the nose to me. But it's feeling like this is a innuendo-laced song. That could be about a lot of things, but I'm feeling like it's about what some people would say it's about, like, yeah. Because what are we going to be shown? That's all. Not a good. Okay, this is the part. Okay. Oh, they did kill the one that was following them. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. What are you showing, though? That's the question. Okay. I'm gonna let it go. A little bit. But yeah, my initial assumptions of what Bouncy was about stays. I stand my ground on it. 10 toes down. Minky is just so beautiful. He really is. Ooh, they gave us a teaser. Okay. But yeah, y'all. Na Hongjoong killing, like, as somebody mentioned, and I'm glad that I rewatched it and saw that officially, because it happened so quick. I'm like, but yeah, like, the story was storying in the music video, but the song itself is a very large innuendo. For what I know about Korean, because when I learn languages, I tend to learn the most inappropriate words first, and then I'll go into the regular conversation things. I like to learn, like, the innuendo words, like double meaning words. Like, that's just how I've always been since I was in terms of when I learned Spanish a little bit. I still don't know it very much, but I know how to say a lot of mature things in Spanish. I'm gonna keep it classy. Okay, I'm gonna keep it classy. I learned how to say a lot of grown things when I was first learning different words. Just because of that, I also learned how to learn the most insulting words, like the most derogatory words as well. Just so you'll know when you hear them, oh, they shouldn't be saying that. That's a little rude. Who they talking about? You know. So just like if I overhear a conversation and they was like trash talking somebody, I'm like, oh, okay, I know what he's saying a little bit. You know, I'm always trying to learn like what could be considered the rudest or like the trash talkiest, the innuendo laced words of a language before I learn the rest. Okay? Because I'm like, I want to know what people are saying, because most of the time some people think if you switch to another language that you can't understand, but I'm like, I understand when it's trash talking. So, or innuendo based in any language. I'm like, I'm getting very good at it. But yes, I'm like, 'cause this wasn't, like, some of the words that they're using were not in the Learn Korea with BTS that I purchased and still haven't really used. But that is another conversation. However, I was like, oh, okay, like, I know how it looked in the English translation, but I'm like, that's not exactly what they said there. But okay. But I'm like, I get what people were saying earlier. I was like, I get why people on Twitter and TikTok were kind of freaking out that have a little bit of an understanding about the euphemisms in Korea. I was like, we are here. I'm like, that's all I'm gonna say. But yes, I stand by my original point of what this song is about. It's not how to do with the storyline. And but I'm like, I respect it. I respect it. Just like Jungkook's 7 song. I respect it. This was less blunt. No, this was just as blunt as 7, except there was no cuss words. So I'm like, still in the same vein. Put them songs right next to each other. Look at them lyrically, same message, similar message. I'm like, okay, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love when adults sometimes, from time to time, make adult music expressing sensuality. Because I think a lot of people confuse that word. But sensuality, that is, you know, they assume that sensuality is sexuality and sensuality is just normal run-of-the-mill stuff. I'm like, yeah. And everybody's grown. Like, these men is at least, except for Jungkook, he's not. But I think he was born in 2000, so he's my sister's age. He's 23-ish. 23-ish, around that area. But everybody else, 1998, y'all 25. You know, like, you could legally drink in every country. Sometimes you don't want to talk about a little grown folk stuff. Little bit. But yeah, that's my reaction to ATEEZ, the last 4 music videos, to catch up with them, and my re-reaction to Bouncy, because it's always worth re-reacting to. Yeah. But I knew as soon as I heard Slow It Down, Make It Bouncy, I'm like, yeah. And I just thought it was a TikTok thing, but I'm like, I heard the whole song. I'm like, yeah. But I love it. I love what ATEEZ is doing. I love that they're still touring. I am shocked that they are touring, or that I missed them. If I had just got into them earlier, I wouldn't have missed them when they were in the States. But it'll come around again, probably next year or later on this year. But, you know, I'm hoping that they don't get overworked, because they've been busy with this tour. This is an ongoing tour. So, yeah, I do hope that they get a rest, a break, and then come on back after they get a rested break. So they working hard. So yeah, y'all, that is my reaction to the last 4 episodes, though. Not 4 episodes, the last 4 music videos / episodes of ATEEZ. Because for real, like, their music videos be giving so much story and storyline. It's like an episode. I'm like, even if it's just 4 minutes, I'm like, they gave us so much here. I'm having so much to ponder. Okay, because we ain't gonna lie. What they did here, from Guerilla to Paradigm to Halazia to Bouncy, they gave us story. It was like an episode condensed in a recap. And there's so many answers. There's so many questions that I still have now. I love it, though. I love it. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, y'all, if you have stayed until the end of this video, I want to thank you so much for watching. And also, if you're watching this video on YouTube and you are a subscriber, thank you so much for being a subscriber on the channel. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you have yet to subscribe, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, because now we are on the road to 500 subscribers, and every day we get a whole heck of a lot closer to that goal. And if you're watching this video on Patreon, I want to thank you so much for being a patron. But yeah, y'all, that is it for me for this video today, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.